Hey guys, welcome back. This is CJ again with FanFest News, and we are here. Noted character actor. We've got Brad. We've got Satan from Tales from Halloween.
Yeah.
We are here with Barry Bostwick.
Yeah, FDR, American Badass. I'm trying to think of all the sort of culty movies. We've got Megaforce. Megaforce. That was in mid-'80s. Sort of G.I. Joe-ish kind of thing. And, of course, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, Rocky Horror is still out there and kicking. As we can see, I've been watching fans come all day, and some of them even still dressing as the characters. It's a very passionate fan. Yeah, it's a very passionate fan base that keeps reinventing itself.
It does. We're on our third generation, and it's they keep getting nicer and nicer. I've never had a bad experience with a fan from Rocky Horror. It's amazing, given the wide variety of people who have fallen in love with this movie over the last 44 years and taken it to their heart. What do they say? They say it attracts a lot of misfits, or people who do the shadow cast. They call themselves misfits. They don't quite fit in anywhere, and so they find their own community and they find their own group, and they're no longer misfits. Now they fit.
Exactly. And making Rocky Horror, obviously, I don't think anybody knew it was going to be as big of a hit as it wound up becoming.
No.
But was there any favorite memories from working on the set?
Don't remember a lot. It was 1974. You weren't born yet. No, see, so you can't help me. If you talk to Lady Patricia Quinn over there, she remembers a lot more than me. I just remember that I was sort of a fish out of water, which was great because Brad Majors, the character I played, was sort of the outsider, and it was my first time in London and being away from the States, and so I was a little nervous, and everything I think the character would have been. So I think it works well in the film, and I eventually made some really good friends out of it. But in terms of the actual filming, we shot it very quickly, very fast, and it was the focus was obviously on Tim and the more different characters. Brad and Janet were sort of had to take care of themselves. I mean, they were Brits who made it, and we were the only Americans. Well, with Meatloaf too. So I think they trusted that we knew how to be American. So we just brought our Americanisms to it.
Awesome. I do want to talk about really briefly about another one of your greatest roles, at least one of the ones I remember growing up on, the mayor in Spin City.
Yeah.
Now, that ran for multiple seasons. Was there any fun hijinks maybe that happened off set? Anything that stands out for you?
No, you always everybody asks you about tell me something that went wrong, or tell me a funny thing. And I don't remember those. I just remember the work. I remember every Friday night having to be nervous and stand up in front of a live audience, having only had 4 days rehearsal of a half-hour script, my memories of Spin City were always how strong a cast was, and how we were a group of actors who you could throw a B story or a C story in the script to any one of them, and they could handle it. They could carry the whole show, and they did that. And Mike Fox trusted, I think, that we could handle anything, and he cast us all personally. And I was always a little nervous in the beginning before I got the part, when I auditioned with Mike, because I sort of leaned against chairs and sat when I was auditioning with him, because Mike is considerably shorter than me, and I thought, well, I don't know if he's one of those actors that gets intimidated by taller actors. And then I realized that that's why one of the reasons I was cast in it was the size difference between us, and we were able to mine an awful lot of comedy out of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, you remember really the work more than memories. What are some of your favorite, maybe standout roles throughout your career?
Maybe Danny Zuko in Grease. I was the original Danny Zuko on Broadway in 1971. And again, we created a sort of family of, we started the show Grease on Broadway, and I did it for almost 2 years there and on the road, the first national tour. And some really good people. It was the beginning of a whole generation of actors who maybe had their first jobs or their first big jobs in Grease, whether it was Patrick Swayze or Richard Gere, or these kind of people who played Danny Zuko consequently in other productions.
All right. And before we go, we do want to thank you again for your time. And other than obviously conventions where they can come meet you, is there anything else you want to promote? Any upcoming films?
I have a film coming out called Granddaddy Daycare for Universal, which will be out soon. Just finished that. And if anybody can get onto PBS, I have a thing called Ellis Island, which was a sort of symphonic piece that played on 4th of July on PBS, and now you can get it on PBS, and it's really good. It's a 45-minute original symphonic piece with voices, and I play a character of an immigrant, and that's really fine piece of work.
All right. Well, we definitely suggest everybody check that out, and we will check it out too. And we want to thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime.